Okay, so personality traits of a good scalper. Now this is my opinion, as all these videos are just opinion, but I've seen a lot of scalpers in my time and there is a common theme between us all. Number one is theme, guys. If you've watched the last two videos, this word emotion has cropped up a few times. They've got a good handle on emotions. That doesn't mean that they're trading like a robot and just trading without any thought for emotion at all, because we know we can't do that. We are humans. But what it does mean is that we are in tune with our emotional thermometer. I'm feeling a bit frustrated now that I've had 5 losers in a row. I feel like a trading god because I had 5 winners in a row. Whoa, easy, dial it back, just be careful, go through your routine, center yourself, focus yourself, get yourself back to basics, push back in. It's not the end of the world, those 5 losers. You're not a trading god because you've had 5 winners. You get the point. All decent scalpers have a good handle on emotions. Yes, they get emotional from time to time. They get frustrated. It's easy to get frustrated when you're trading something. Oh, that breakout, I'll take it. No, stopped out, I'll take it. Stopped out, right, I'll leave it to the next one. And it breaks out. It's gonna test the best of us, guys. It does. But the point is, if you've got a handle on the emotion, you don't let that get the better of you and like bang, 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 hammering away. Like, right, I'm annoyed, I'm frustrated at that. Walk away from the screen for a couple of hours, come back, reflect, get back into it. Whereas the weak scalper, the scalper that will lose money, will try to revenge scalp. They'll get annoyed, they'll get frustrated, they'll dig away at it and they'll end up doing damage to their account. So be sure you've got a good handle on your emotions. If you haven't, it's a good skill to work on. Right, number 2, handles pressure well. You're under a lot of pressure as a scalper because generally speaking, you're in for a trade for a very short period of time. You've got to have an accurate entry, you've got to have an accurate exit, you've got to know how to manage the position, you've got to be aware of all the external influences on it, you've got to be, alert to any slight change in what's happening in price. And so there's a lot of pressure on you and you've got to be able to perform. If you've had 4 losers in a row, you've got to be able to perform just as well as you should be. If it's a brand new trade, then even if you've got the pressure of having 4 losers in a row, you've got to be able to handle the pressure from all kind of aspects well. If you can't handle it and you need more time to take decisions, and we'll look at that in a second, then swing trading is a better option. Can cut losers quickly. This is so key. It's probably the top one, guys. I know emotions is there, and it's always going to be there, but being able to cut the losers quickly. If you can't cut your losers quickly, you will lose as a scalper. It's just a simple fact, simple as that. If you're one of those guys or girls who, the market comes against you and you hesitate to come out, you don't want to pull the trigger, do not scalp. You must be so disciplined in the fact that, hey, market's gone against me, I'm out. It's going against me, I'm out. I'm just cutting it brutally without any thought. Just cold, calculated, bang, cutting it. If you don't do that, they'll start to run away with you. I've seen guys who have been in position sizes that are hefty. They don't cut the position, it keeps going, now it's too far, they're holding on, coming back, they're trading out of hope, it keeps going lower, now they're almost vomiting because it's a massive loss, then they finally capitulate and it finally bounces up. And it was the catalyst for all that was just not cutting it when they had the position or had the level that they were supposed to cut it at. So be very, very mindful that you should be able to cut those losers quickly. And number 4 is being able to be quick at decision making. You need to have the ability to take in all the information you've got and make a decision. Now, we can reduce that cognitive load a bit by aligning ourselves with a trend, for example, by pre-planning our trades, by having a filter system that we have before we pull the trigger. But we still need to make the decision in quick real time. You're going to take the entry, you're going to pull the exit, you're going to drag the stop up, you're going to trade something else. You need to be able to make those decisions quickly and not dwell on them too much, not go, oh, well, I need to get all this information. By the way, if you are that type of person, that's fine, because there's very many traders out there who like to take their time to assess the bull case, to assess the bear case, look at them both and say, right, okay, I'm bullish on it, and I still think even assessing both, that it's a good trade. Then that's fine. But if you need that, then scalping is not for you. You need to be quick at decision making. Number 5, performs well under stress. So slightly different from pressure, i.e. handles pressure well. Under pressure well, more the information coming in and be able to react. Performs well under stress is when you often, as you will do as a scalper, have a losing streak or a bad month to date. You need to still be able to say, okay, I can still recover this month. I can still do what I need to do. I don't need to go crazy. I don't need to start swinging for the fences. I just need to trade in my strategy with my method, and I will claw my way back to where I need to be. The amount of times I've done that, looking back on history, where I've dug a bit of a hole and I've gone, okay, this isn't great, but stay focused, stay disciplined. The market conditions are there. I think it's okay. I think I'm right. I kind of do an assessment of what's going on, and then you're not having a really good month because you're just staying focused. You're not getting panicked. You're not getting stressed. You're not allowing the stress to get to you, because you start thinking, well, oh man, if I've lost 10 grand this week, if I extrapolate that's a 40 grand loss in the month. If I do that every month, I'm going to be down 100. You can't think like that. You have to say, okay, it is what it is. Your risk management's a separate thing to be concerned about and having your mind, of course, but knowing that, hey, I perform well under stress. I need to be aware of that there will be stress when you're having that drawdown, so be careful of that. Number 6 is can assess changing conditions quickly. So you've got to be able to say, hey, you know what? I'm trading in a kind of trend-based environment. I'm trading with the trend, and the market's now turned into a rotational market. I can see that because of X, Y, Z. So I need to change my positions, strategy, or I need to not trade. And being able to do that very quickly on the fly is crucial as a scalper, because intraday you're going to go through multiple phases. You might go through a kind of really quiet open, then it goes explosive, and it explodes for kind of 30 minutes, then it sits there, then it explodes again, then maybe it just chugs in a trend, then maybe you get a kind of pullback, then you make consolidation. So multiple different market phases, and so you've got to be able to assess those conditions quickly and say, yes, I'm trading the right strategy for those conditions, or no, I'm not trading correctly at all. I'm not doing the right thing. I need to kind of pull out, or I need to change the way that I approach it and change the setups and strategies that I'm using. So personality traits of a good scalper.